There we are.
Hey. Dude, I love that sponsor page. Love that. So I know everybody is messaging me about on the team about interlock broadheads. I wanted to bring the attention right away that we did not receive them yet. I did speak to Corey. I don't know what happened. Corey's not sure, but we will end up receiving them. So everybody's super excited to try out some of them new broadheads, and I know I'm dying to shoot a couple. I don't know if you guys could take notice of this awesome background Chris has set up, but that is awesome. I love that.
It's the only time you
That's
don't want to
realistic, is what that is.
blow.
Oh my god, dude! I'll tell you what. So I know. I guess I'll start with my season. Kind of in a 24 PA archery opener. I got set up, ready to go. So I sighted in on Thursday night. I decided to break the crossbow out, take a few shots, and I have a 3D target set up in the yard. And I ended up hitting high, and I was like, come on, man, that got to be me, because nothing changed from the year before. So I shot 2 more, stuck both arrows side by side. It was me. Went down, pulled 1 arrow out of the decoy, put the crosshairs right between the eyes on the black spot of the nose, squeezed the trigger and stuck it right in the middle of the nose, right between the 2 nostrils. Nice. And my daughter said, I think you're on. I said, yeah, I think we're on. So I got ready, set up, getting a shower and all the excitement. You know how Friday night goes before archery, man. You're pumped, ready to go, So I'm like, come on, man. I was ready to go, and I now at this point, you got to realize at this point it's only 7:30. I look down my phone, see my phone goes off, check the cameras, tacticams. Guess what? Huge 8-point standing right at my tree stand. So now I'm, now you can't sleep. If anybody else is like me, I don't know who's like me, but true adrenaline just takes over, and you can't wait to go. Right?
Kind of like this guy.
So, yeah, just like this guy right here. So I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. Get up. I sat till after 10 o'clock and didn't see a single deer, but about 297,000 squirrels. And let's just say that I really wish I would have carried a 22. So I ended up, I made a decision. So I had a friend of mine who was coming to help me work on a tractor. And he's like, I'll be there as soon as I'm done hunting Saturday. Well, he's coming a long distance. And I thought, well, I didn't want to screw him. He show up and I wasn't here, on time or ready to go. So I decided, well, I'm going to hunt the new farm I moved in on. Set up 5:15, 3 doe come in behind me out of the cornfield. I could have shot easily one of the little ones that were with her. Decided I'm not shooting a little one.
Nah.
Especially with a mom this time of year. I mean, they were babies. So I decided to get down early because I've been seeing them in the field by my house. And again, I've never hunted here. Hardly any time to scout it. In the last week I moved in with unpacking and moving and doing stuff. So I thought I'm going to take a chance. We got down about 10, 15 minutes early. And I just ran the brush hog around the edges so you could walk in and not be in the high grass and stuff. So I go sneaking down. Well, don't 3 babies come out. And I mean, I could have spit on them. They were that close. They're eating, looking up on me, eating. I'm like, come on, man. Don't, just go. So then their mom seen me sitting in the woods somewhere, and she decided to give out a loud blow. They took off. I kept sneaking down the path. I could see more deer down around the corner. I got right to the corner, just where I probably was in range to take a shot at one. And the mom from the other 3 blows again. All gone. I ended up seeing about 16 deer on my farm. I was on a farm I'm leasing. Dude, I was. It's one of those days it just wasn't meant to be. You know what I mean? I am seeing a lot of turkeys right now. Hearing and seeing turkeys. I mean, I'm excited for spring gobbler season. I can tell you that. A lot of turkeys. They're actually in my front yard often. So I'm excited for that. Won't be long. They're gonna knock the corn down. The deer are gonna really start moving right now. Right now they're hiding in the corn. I see some guys watching. So any of you guys run into that where the deer go in and lay in the corn, or a lot of times what I run into is they're going to their bedding areas and they're going to bed during the day and then catch it coming out. But I run into the issue where if it's a highly that's what you want to say is a highly cultivated field. They do a lot of times they'll lay right in the corn during the day. I've run into that often.
Mm-hmm.
I've run into that often where I could actually sneak through and kick them out, sneak up an edge of the cornfield and kick them off the bed in there, which is really new to me. You know what I mean?
I've seen that a lot
So-
when I'm out at Sudberg, and they still have the corn up. When I walk through looking for pheasants and stuff, as long as the corn's still up, you will see patches where they've trampled it down and they're laying down in there.
Yeah. That's so you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, it's just I've run into it often. So, oh God, forgive me. I apologize, guys. I had a long day. So one of the things, Chris, I wanted to bring up was I threw a post up on our Big Sexy Outdoors Facebook page in our public post, and I thought it was a great question, right? So I was excited to post this stupid, and when I tell you stupid, I mean stupid question, because even though it was a good question, I guess I was prepared it would bring stupid answers.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to see, which it didn't. Okay, let me start by saying it did not give me a stupid answer. So
Well,
let's start
I'll fix
with
that.
what it is. So my question. Are you going to pull it up?
Hmm?
Are you
No, I
going to
don't
pull it
know
up?
I can.
If not, I'll just pull it over on my other computer here.
Was it on the public or the
So
regular?
my question. It was on, but it should have been on both. So I posted a question that says, "What do you do if you have to pee in a tree stand? And what do you hunt from?" And the answer was really what I thought it would. I put it this way. Years ago, I used to be very hard on if I'm archery hunting, I carry a Gatorade bottle, I pee in a Gatorade bottle, I trap my scent in it, take it home, throw it away, right? Like that's how I always done it. As I get older, the more I hunted and the more I read, I just pee on the ground and none of it matters. I go right from the tree stand. Now, what's funny about that is I really thought it would be a blowout in the sense of different opinions. And there really wasn't. Now, I'm not saying somebody didn't say, man, I shouldn't pee in the woods or you shouldn't do this, but some of these guys just, I like this guy. Let it fly. Urine is a normal scent, best in a scrape.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was great.
Yeah, I've seen the studies.
Justin Wirtz,
where-
make us. Sorry, I don't know if you paused or what happened, Chris. Go ahead.
Oh, I would say I've seen the studies where it doesn't affect them at all. They're not put off by it. In fact, like they said here, put it in a scrape. Yep.
So that's another thing. I've done it 3 different ways. I won't lie to you. I've literally crawled down out of the tree, made a scrape, and peed just because I felt, well, if I was going to pee, I might as well put it to use. Right.
Well,
that of course isn't legit for the guy in a climbing stand.
Yeah. Last year, like I told you last year, though, I got that one right after going to the bathroom. I stood up, went to the bathroom, just finished doing what you got to do, and it walked right in, and it was 20 yards, and I got it. They don't care.
Yeah, I don't think it has much effect. I just thought some of the answers were really great. I don't recommend peeing into the wind. That was probably one of my favorite. Yeah, I loved. But I'll tell you what I really liked was all the engagement. If you go to both posts and this stuff, There was a
Mm-hmm.
ton of engagement on this, which again, I thought it was a great dumb question, if that makes sense. So it was very. Now Larry Primo commented on that and said, "What I found is the real big ones, they're smarter. It's best to hide your scent. They know better." So there wasn't a whole lot of different opinions. Like I was really hoping when we jumped on tonight, there would be so many different blasts on why or how, and there just wasn't. There just wasn't.
No, it all seemed fairly,
Yeah, fairly the
yeah,
same.
pretty much what I would do.
So how's your season going so far? Hunting season so far, Chris?
Like I said, we got the squirrels, and that's where I was out. I didn't see any deer yet, but I didn't really hit it hard, of course, because it's only technically day 2.
Well, you did something a little different though. What'd you do?
What's that?
You took your little guy with you.
Yeah. See if I can. There we go. There you go. Right? You can see that one now. Yeah, he he's been wanting to go with me for a while, and it's like, all right, let's take a walk, and we'll go walk along. And sure enough, he actually spotted that one up in the tree and said, there it is, there it is. So I blasted it, and he ran and got it. Now I found out you can get a mentor license, and he doesn't have to take the hunter safety course or anything for it. But he's not allowed anywhere
under a certain age.
Yep. Actually, there's I forget what that age is now, but anyway, he's not allowed to do anything unless I'm there, But so I'm thinking about getting him the mentor license and taking him out.
Well, the cool part of a mentor license, Chris, if I remember the rules correctly, is you can't carry a gun, but you can carry a gun for him. So if you see one, he can use your gun, or you can hunt with his gun, and if you see one, he can. But you both can't carry a gun. That's how that mentor works. So basically, you're running and in charge of what happens, But you sent me a video with him, and I was smiling ear to ear. I thought it was so great that you got your kid out. I know he's been dying to go out. I thought that was.
I don't know if it was that one. That's just us walking along. And I think that's another one of us just walking along. Let me see if I can
find him holding one.
There's, and maybe you can remember, but there was a single shot. I think it's a 22 or a single shot 20 gauge that I want to try to get him. I forget what it's
there
called.
There is a single shot 22. That's called a cricket.
That might have
single shot 22 is a cricket, and then that's one of the guns they use for kids. And then if you're buying a shotgun, they make a youth model 410 that shoots a real small bullet. There you go.
Okay, yeah, we saw one on the way in, right? You can hear it raining, but it's kind of hard to shoot when you're. So we didn't get that one. And it's raining, so I guess we're not going to see nothing today. And you have to get back for soccer. So I guess we're going to head out.
Oh, that wasn't the one.
No,
that one.
That was the picture. And then I think the video was the one. Yeah, I sent these two. Come on, Facebook. You can do it. Yeah, we saw a big fox when we first came in. Oh, you should have seen that fox. But then I checked, and you can't shoot until the 26th, or else we would have got him. You should have seen the size of it. To the new spot. It didn't.
And that was right there.
Flip the camera. There you go. Go get him. Yeah, he wanted to run in and grab it. So
yeah, this is the one you sent me.
Got him? What do we got? Oh, another fox squirrel. Hold him up. Hold him up by the tail. There, you're a little close. There we go. Hey, we got here and So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, that was the one you sent me. I thought it was great that he wanted to be part of that. I would definitely get him the mentor license.
That's my plan. So you said the Cricket is what that's called. I couldn't remember.
Yep, Cricket 22.
Okay.
But to be honest with you, I think you're better off just buying a regular 22. They cost the same.
Yeah.
Just
All
if
right.
you're worried about how many shots, just don't put a clip in it.
Right.
Because in the end, you'll have to buy 2 of them if not. You know what I mean?
True.
Now, this here that you have up, this is a clip
Yeah.
I really enjoyed. I watched it 3 times just because I was really enjoyed by this. But this is a deer processor's opinion on fixed and expandable broadheads.
Okay. I didn't. It clicked a little bit and it started to play, but I didn't watch it yet. So this will be new to me too.
Thing that with expandables though is you find them in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
They're not ever together. The ferrule is disconnected from the blades and they're snapped off at the threading, and the tip is somewhere. I mean, they just explode. So if they're not built right, if it's not of good construction, you're finding blades and pieces of it just like a grenade went off it.
I was really hoping you'd be like, yeah, we find a lot more expendables within the body cavity than fixed blades. You know, just give me peace of mind because we shoot fixed now. So I'm thinking like,
So a fixed is good, right?
yeah.
One thing that we notice is a fixed doesn't do near the damage. You might get better penetration,
Mhm.
right? And like as a hunter, I have my own opinions about it. As a processor, like you get better penetration. You're getting up and underneath and sticking under that opposite shoulder. You're doing the same thing with expandables, but the cutting diameter is just like it's like boring a hole with a fixed blade. The expandable, it just seems like it does a little bit more damage. Thing that with expandables though is you find them in pieces.
Yeah, I thought that was really something. So he said that expandable broadheads definitely have a better cutting, better diameter cutting, but you
Mhm.
find them in pieces. So he even recommends he actually recommends the cutting of the fixed blade, even though they blow in pieces. However, he said, like most guys, old school is old school. It's made better, lasts longer, can reuse them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but honestly, I've never had, and that's what I've used was the expandables, and I've never had one fly apart on me. I've never had one splinter. I mean, like he said, it depends on the quality, and I'm sure Interlock wouldn't do that. You know, I'm sure
I'm
they've
certain.
tested for.
Right.
I'm sure they've tested for things like that, but so I don't understand why. Like, what could possibly be exploding on it, unless the rivets pop and then the blades fly off. But I've never experienced that.
Well, I would say the blades are probably breaking off. If you listen at one point, he says the tip comes off. So I'm assuming people are using cheap expandables.
Oh yeah,
and they're blowing up. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm. But that's the same way with everything, though. That's nothing against the expandable. If I buy a cheap car and it's made with duct tape and prayers, it's going to fall apart. As opposed to if you buy something that's
Yeah,
decent.
I agree with that.
So I mean, I can't blame the expandable for that.
I agree with that totally. I wanted to see I was having trouble sending videos earlier, so
yeah, you seem to have.
I had 2 of them I actually want to send you. I don't know why, but they were kicking my butt, so I'm gonna try to resend it now quick.
And so you seem to have fishnet or whatever that is from Skip.
Yeah, I must have fishnet. Better not be now because I just got a Comcast internet they claim is great in my area. We'll see. I got that just to run this stuff. So I just say in our video, I thought was really cool that I posted the BSO group. It's actually them talking about deer herd management, but it's talking about deer herd management based the amount of property you own. And I thought the guy really made sense. I really thought the guy made sense in this.
Okay.
Ratio used to be 2-to-1, and then now they say elite properties 1-to-1. That is fine if you own 600 acres or something. What happens when you got huge properties? You need the does to be low because you got so much area. You got to have your bucks cruising so you can even see them. But now let's go back and say you got 40 acres. Now you get your buck to doe ratio 1-to-1 or 2-to-1. Your buck is going to breed a minimum of 5 to 6 does. So he breeds your one doe you got for your lead property. He's still going to breed 5 more does. He's spending 2 days with each one of them does. So in Michigan, he's going to be gone for 10 days where you can use a gun for 2 months. He ain't ever coming home. So to me, the littler the property you are, the more you have to understand you need a few more does than what most people believe because you ain't going to ever see your buck if you don't. They want a buck to doe ratio. It used to be 2-to-1, and then now they say elite.
I thought that
So
made
what-
sense. I really thought that made.
So what they're saying here is eat more of the doe on the smaller property to keep the bucks around.
Yeah. He said if
And
you
I
have a
still
smaller
love-
property, keep the doe there.
I love that he thinks 40 acres is small.
Yeah. Well, that's
I'd kill for
you're
it.
talking to
Yeah.
these guys, these ranchers who have a ton of stuff.
600-700 of them.
But he's saying 1-to-1 ratio on 600 acres is okay because there's plenty of everything to go
Mhm.
around. But the bucks
what
will
do you-
still cruise.
What are your thoughts on this? Should we be allowed? See, because it was at one time, like all of these lands were free range for these things, and it was easier for deer, elk, moose, all of this to travel. Right? That's why we used to have elk all the way through the United States. Now it's only in like 2 or 3 pockets. What are your thoughts on bringing in deer from Amos? From like Michigan or Montana or somewhere, bringing them in to help bolster the herds here.
So are we talking whitetail, mule deer?
Yes.
What do we?
Yeah. Just start with whitetail because, like I said, if he's trying to manage a property,
I'm not opposed to it. I'm
Now,
not
didn't-
opposed to it at all. The genetics in that deer are going to be different.
yeah,
So they're gonna create a smarter, in my opinion, a smarter whitetail.
and they're
So
bigger.
I'm not opposed to it in any way, and a bigger whitetail, right?
Yeah, but they say it's illegal. You can't do it.
It's illegal because you're crossbreeding. I understand the crossbreeding. However, if it was legal, I would be all for it.
See, I don't understand the crossbreeding.
There's so much CWD and things going around, and the whole world's in panic over this. That in their
Mhm.
eyes, they're seeing if we crossbreed, we're now passing that into another breed animal and moving it forward. I'll tell you what I'd like to see happen. I would love to see them extend mule deer out this way.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mule deer love the plains, where it's flat and going, but still a deer. If you bring it out to PA, it'll find a way to live. I truly think it'll come out here and live, and I think it'll survive, at a high level.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's how you see, like around here, they have red stag hunts, and they have other ones that are not native to PA. So I'm like, well, how can they bring them out? Is it just because it's a ranch?
It's because it's a fence closed area. It
Mm.
can't travel in and out. But now let me ask you, I'm going to ask you something really crazy on that subject. So I hope you're ready for this. So let's take 2 dogs, for example. If you take 2 dogs and you put a dog in a cage, well, it's in heat, and you put 4 dogs outside the cage, can they still mate? The answer is yes. They can still get through the cage, right? So if you take now think about this, you're talking about a fenced-in area and crossbreeding, right? So now, if you at a fenced-in area and you have a buck and rut and the doe in heat, can that buck still penetrate through the fence and mate with that doe if he really wanted to?
Mm-hmm.
Not only do I think he could mate through the fence, but like a dog could. But I also say that a buck, I have seen buck shred fences to get what they want when they're in rut. So I would say that buck, not only that, would put a hole in, go in there, do his thing, and leave. So, they're all worried about crossbreeding, but unless you got something that's going to really prevent no holes, that can happen anywhere. Again, in my opinion. I've seen people tell me their dog got pregnant by their neighbor's dog and they never left the yard. Think about that. You can't tell me that a deer can't do the same thing.
Wow, that's weird. Yeah, I never heard of that.
Yeah, I know it's a weird thought, not the really thing you wanted to think about, but you bring up crossbreeding in fenced-in areas. That's the first thing I think of is that opportunity still presents itself.
Well, my thing is just let the crossbreeding anyway. I'm not saying fence anything in, because isn't the mule deer just a mix of whitetail and white and blacktail?
Yep. White and blacktail. Yep.
Yeah, so that's a crossbreed,
yep,
right? So there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, sir.
People love it. People love mule deer. There's some people who only want to hunt mule deer. So I mean, crossbreeding can't be that bad.
So I'm wondering if some of it is it allows more licenses and more species to target.
Yeah, I don't know.
This world is about money. So some of it may be about the mighty dollar. Let's think about that. Crossbreed, you can't have a license for it, right? They're all the same. So maybe that's the other process.
Yeah,
so crossbreeding, I'm going to come off subject. So we talk about crossbreeding. So now if we crossbreed an animal and we go through that, right? If we end up, so I personally have spoke to a game warden last year and I said, my buddy raises pheasants and he raises pheasants and he crossbreeds the pheasants. They are not a standard pheasant. He said, I do not care. That makes it illegal. So you cannot stock that pheasant unless it's in pheasant season. But now, why is it? So again, we're a crossbreeding. Why is it if we crossbreed two birds, they're not a standard ringneck anymore? So why can't I do it then?
Well, look how many people want like Labradoodles and Cockapoos and these different crossbreed dogs. It's the same thing. To me, anyway. But what do I know? I'm half retarded.
Did I ever tell you I was going to breed a Take 5 with a Shih Tzu?
What the hell's a Take 5?
That way I got to take a shit.
Lord.
It's a candy bar.
Oh. That's why I was lost.
Sorry, bad joke.
No. Mine is actually a Jack Russell Shih Tzu. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a Jack shit.
It's a Jack shit.
Yeah. Let's see. No, I mean I can't talk about what I did.
A lot of guys
today.
out hunting. I'm sure right now there's a lot of guys out hunting.
Well, yeah, some people are
usually
probably processing
by now. Yeah, I'm sure. We get a lot of guys either dragging, tagging, or bagging.
Yep. Now I didn't see any today when I sat out, but I was just learning the property. Like you were out at that farm, I was just learning the property, so I didn't see anything. But I did. It was pretty cool. So yeah, I know you tried to get a hold of me the other day, but I explained everything that was going on. I just missed the dang messages.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't anything. That's why I wrote back to you as soon as I saw it. I'm like, well, I told you earlier what it was. So yeah, no, I mean it's good, and I hope I pray to God that every one of those guys like Tony and Freezer Bound and all of these guys that are out there, and I want to see them. I want to see everybody shoot one because I just like it.
Off the Hook's kid just got one. Ted's kid just
see. I missed that.
got one, And just got one. Don't quote me, but I think Adam's son just got one. I seen a picture. Oh, by the way, if you guys are watching, please forgive me. I don't know what happened, but I texted "Great job, kids." I posted on your post, and I came out "Great job, fat kids."
Oh my God.
I swear to God, I seen it. Adam liked it, and when it said Adam Fell liked your post, and when it said that, I was like, "Oh, what post?" And then I was like, "Oh my God." I truly apologize. I don't even know where that came from. If you look, I went in under my own personal to re-edit it because I was like, that's insane. So if you guys are watching, I truly apologize. I was super happy to. I don't know. You know what happened? It wrote congratulations, fat guys outdoors. And it highlighted it.
Oh, and yeah.
And I thought I deleted it. It must have kept the fat part. So poor Adam probably thinks I'm the biggest jack monkey in the universe. Yeah, the poor kids are like, wow, look at this idiot. So I apologize to that, guys. I really did not mean it like that. I deleted it, fixed the comment. I apologize. I truly am proud of you.
It's funny as hell.
Like a stooge. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it is funny, but I still feel like a stooge. I didn't chuckle when it came across Adam Bell liked your post and I seen it said fat kids.
Hey, we know these guys.
It was terrible.
We know these guys. They know.
Well, they're probably wondering what we were drinking at the time of this, but yeah, so I moved into this farm and I'm working on scouting out a new area. There's a couple tree stands in here now. The property owner wants no tree stands. However, being I pay for insurance and I live in the land, I'm allowed to put tree stands up. So he told me any tree stands on the property are now yours. Apparently there's 4. I found 2. And that's what I sat in the other day. I sat on one of them the other day to take a peek. Now I did try to hang one the other day. Don't laugh too hard, but ended up somewhere along the line, we lost a ladder piece. So Haley and I, Thursday night, drove down, decided we're going to put this tree stand up. I get it all the way up in the air to realize there's a piece missing. After I went and bought all these bolts to redo it and whatever.
Just jump.
And this tree stand is now 4 foot off the ground, covered in pine trees.
Well, let me ask you. You know I like hunting on the ground. Okay. If you had your druthers, if you had your choice, would you rather have a 15, 20-foot ladder stand or a good ground blind that's got good cover?
Brother, I'm in a tree.
Really?
All day, every day, I'm in a tree. The advantage points of being in a tree, to my opinion, are just completely different. I think the advantage points are so much better. For one, they don't see you. 9 out of 10, they walk right under you. Don't even notice you're there. If anything, they smell you. Now, if you're on the ground sitting, you can get smelled. They can smell you 3 times faster than they can me in a tree. If I'm high enough, years ago, so you guys won't believe this because I'm fat now, but years ago, I used to go 30 feet in the air, high enough that the deer could never smell me. I would shoot deer straight down. It was still a 20-yard shot. I mean, I used to go way up because I felt like I had to be up high. I had an old loggy bayou that I was in love with. I would have gave anything. And then I reached a certain weight and I was like, yeah, I know. Instead of losing weight, I was like, I'm going to ladder stands. That really made sense. But no, I will tell you that now. Let me tell you this. I wouldn't choose a ladder stand with a compound bow, even though I've shot many deer with my compound out of a ladder stand. I think that if I'm hunting out of a stand with a compound, I think that you should have a climber, because too many times I bumped the rail with my cam. Too many times. Or what I do is I'll lift the rail of a ladder up off. Yeah, I'll sit without the safety rail. It's terrible. I mean, you should never do that, but especially being I don't wear a harness. But if I hunt with a compound, I'll push the safety rail up behind me. I've had the cam hit that many times.
Well, one of the few times I got to go out with the compound bow was I had something similar happen, but I was on the ground and it hit the branch of the tree in front of me, like when it let out, and that's how then it heard that and took off, and I never hit it. But yeah, it's a thing. You got to do what you got to do.
Now, understand that years ago, compounds were, they were ridiculous in size. Now these new compound bows are, I call them micro bows, because man, when I was started out, they were so tall. They were so tall, my feet to my head was the length of a bow. 6 foot. Now they're to a point where, my God, they're so tiny. I don't even know what my size of my adrenaline is. My adrenaline is only 3 feet max.
Oh yeah.
If I'm lucky. I mean, yeah, 32 inches cam to cam or something. I mean, it's not, I have to Google search it to really give you an honest answer, but it has changed the way you hunt dramatically. These little bows have changed a lot. I had a Matthews LX. I used to bang that thing off of, I used to bang that off a ladder stand rail. I used to bang that thing. I just get ready to shoot. And it would be like, I could hear it hit, and there goes a deer. Barnesy, what's up, buddy? So, we run into that often. But yeah, I don't know. I would always say a stand. I think you just have more advantages. Now, if you're in for a thrill ride, so let me give you this side of it. If you're in for the thrill ride, I think if you're the guy that likes the little bit of that, there it is. Oh my God, it's so close. I think that's where you're a ground hunter or a blind hunter.
I said I've had them step over me. You don't get much closer than that, And yeah, I mean, I used to say I won't ever do a ladder stand. I won't ever do a tree stand, mainly because, and this is the honest to God truth, when I had one of those climbers like you had, I don't know if it was the same brand, it doesn't matter, but it slipped out and I took a tumble. From then on, I do not care for the tree stand part. Now, your ladder stands that we have, the buddy stand, the bench one, I can climb and sit in that all day. Doesn't bother me at all. And I hate heights. And that thing still doesn't bother me because I know it's secure. But that climber stand, or even, that's why I'll never, God bless you if you like them, I will never try one of those saddle stands where you're just sitting with your butt in a sling. Look, I don't want to end up with my butt in an actual sling. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Actually, I think
here's my question to the saddle, right? You ever actually watch the videos?
Yeah.
You ever actually watch them saddle videos?
No.
So they have a platform literally like I don't know, 18 inches by, a foot that they can put their feet on. I can't see how having my butt wrapped in a saddle is comfortable.
That's what I was thinking.
Again, my butt's a lot wider than others, but I just can't. I can't find how that's comfortable.
But I did want to say I am down to about 270, and I was 315. So, I'm not doing bad, but I know I got work to do because I hate the way this looks. I always had a fat face, but like the Charlie Brown look. But yeah, So that's. But even if I get down to 180, which I never want to, I still will never get my big fat ass in the ladder in a sling stand, whatever they call them, saddles. Yeah. It's just not my thing.
I just don't.
It doesn't look comfortable.
I've like I said, I've always wanted to go. I've seen them set up and spots you can test them, and I have to. I just see guys in them, and I don't have any urge to even want to attempt to. Like, I'm not like, God, I'm too big for one of them. This is terrible. This sucks. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
There is times I've said that about a climber. Now, however, I can tell you that I've had climbers, big man's climbers, and Summit tree stands. I apologize if you hate me, but I've had a Titan. I believe that was from Summit. I bought it brand new, $450. Climbed it up a tree the first day. It broke right off the tree and left me laying. And let me tell you, that was an experience. Your face is beautiful, Chris. Yes, yes, it is.
Now, I will say, if
And
you
then,
if you were to ask me, okay, you can only have one type of stand. That's it. I'm doing this one all day.
yeah, yeah. I'm
I want to be
in.
able to take over Normandy with this tree stand. You know what I mean? It's,
I'm in. The only thing is, I'd like an escalator because you're going to be pretty tired till you end up in the bottom or the top of that thing. Holy moly!
well, they do have these, but you know, you get the idea. It's the same concept. But yeah, no, that
Yeah.
giant one I saw, and I'm like, dude, we need to get one of them.
That makes
Ranger
me think of
stations.
360 blinds. 360 blinds. If you're listening and you come across this video, we're looking for you to sponsor us. I want your tree stands only for listen, I'm gonna shoot you straight. I'm gonna shoot you right now, only because you're local. And I think I think your stands are neat. I think that they're different and you're local. So I think that just sets it all off for us that we'd all be local on top of it all. So yes, I do like your product, or I wouldn't even come in here, but
This is what I do.
but I really like your tree stands. I think they're really cool looking and would love to
Like these.
have you guys on part of the sponsorship team. Yep, that's it.
Yep.
You see what the price of them things are?
Yeah, but if you have a place and you're going to set it out, this thing will last you forever. It looks like. So I would love to try one.
$3,000.
It's all right. I would love
But they are nice looking, ain't they?
Yeah, it looks like I would camp in this thing. I'm not even joking.
So the neighboring property I used to hunt in Pine Grove actually had those.
Well,
that's what he put all over the property. If you drive by down and you watch close enough, when the leaves are off, you'll see them.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What's this? Oh, that is neat.
Yeah, if you're bored one day, go for a drive. They have their shop right out here. You can go look at their tree stands and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this is again, if it were up to me, this is the kind that I would love to try. This is the kind that I would love to use. Only because it gives you the best of a ground blind, and plus you're up and they're not smelling you through these closed windows and doors. Right? Because they have windows on. And I know you can open the windows, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Well, I'm married. I'm not used to hearing that.
Yeah, I agree too. But yeah, they have all different kinds. I was checking their stuff out. I got some really nice stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I just thought it was cool.
But anyway, that was just to show you, throw it out there just in case
minutes.
somebody sees 360 or 360 sees us. So
yeah,
I'm definitely interested in them. Sure, we can work something out.
45 minutes.
But guys, we hit our 45-minute mark, and honestly, it went fast. I think. What do you think, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
So it went fast. I want to say thank you to everybody watching. Oh,
yeah. I asked Mike and Skip about coming on, but I guess they were working or they weren't able to make it. But so I did. So I did invite.
I was hoping Skip told us about a salmon trip. I would like to hear how a salmon trip went.
That's what I was hoping. Him and Mike. I saw they were together for a little bit.
Mike had work, but he's off today and tomorrow, so Mike's probably hunting. Mike probably was like, I ain't getting on.
Mike's ready to go.
Yeah, he had to work Saturday, so I'm sure Mike was like, I love them guys, but I ain't joining it.
Hey, I'll be honest with you. If I would have gotten one tonight, I would have set up the stream and streamed while I was processing. That's what I was thinking of doing. If I got one, I would have streamed it while I was skinning and gutting and carrying on. Oh, yeah, no joke. So
that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yep.
I didn't make it. My dad showed up. I didn't go.
That's all right. Sometimes you know what?
Cool.
What would I give for my dad to show up?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, don't be sorry. I'm glad you're here. I just didn't expect to see it. That's all,
Yeah.
So I've been trying to get a golf cart running on the property to make life easier, but I can't get it running.
Mhm. You know what you need to do?
So I got to find a cheap. What's that?
You ever hear of a rickshaw? That Chinese thing where you sit in the back and then so you can just hook it up to one of the kids and they can just run you up the road. They can just pull you along.
I like that idea. I won't lie. As a matter of
So-
fact, I love that idea. I don't
it's a
think I'm going
win-win.
to go for it, but I love it.
Nick will do it.
His energy might let him do it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've reached our mark where we're at. I want to say thank you to anybody that did take time to watch and say good luck to anyone out there hunting tonight. And until we see you again next Monday. And also, guys, if you get a chance, do me a favor, take 5 seconds out of your day and say a quick prayer for Florida. Chris and I were talking that Florida is going to get bad. So if you could just take a couple seconds out of your day and say a prayer for Florida, I think they're going to need it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have, Chris. You got
All
anything else you want to
No,
And,
that'll do it. That'll do it. We're all
That
good.
does it, man. Say a prayer for Florida. Good
Word,
luck
dear.
in your hunting adventures. God bless everyone of you. Have a great
See
day.
ya.